welcome back to a chapter a day. Happy Friday. It is January the 2nd and Happy New Year. In case don't think I told you, no, not that I don't think. I did not make a reading yesterday, which was January the 1st. It's still early in the year. Happy New Year. All the best, all the blessings that God can give us. And I pray that we keep in God's favor to receive his blessings throughout the year. Don't know what these days ahead have in store for us, so all we have to do is live in God's favor, and it will be well with us and with our souls. Okay, today we start reading Proverbs, and Proverbs looks like it may take us for the rest of the month because there are 31 chapters and none of them are short. So I may just be able to do one a day, and like I said, I didn't do one yesterday, so let's see what happens. As we said, not a race of speed, it's one of endurance. So let's see how we can endure. All right, Proverbs 1. And Proverbs is a book of, it's just like a guideline for wisdom, words of wisdom given to Solomon. Remember, Solomon asked God for wisdom, and God included riches along with the wisdom. So he was a wise man. Did some foolish things. Sometimes we wonder, how is that possible? But it's possible because the flesh sometimes overrides the mind, okay? But he had some really amazing things to say, and we are going to learn some of them today. All right, so let's start. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. We need to remember that. People who go around boasting of how smart they are good with the book sense. Wisdom is something different. When you get to know God, you have begun to be wise. This is what he's saying here. It's the beginning of knowledge. Okay. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. Yes, they do. The fool says in his heart there is no God. That's another one of those Bible verses. Verse 8, My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. How many times have we heard it as we were growing up? How many times have we told it to our children? Do not hang out with bad company. This is exactly what it says. Verse 11. If they say, Come with us, let us lay wait for blood. Let us look privily for the innocent without cause. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave and whole, as those that go down into the pit. How about, let us go smoke some weed. Let us go smoke some cigarettes. Let us go take some fentanyl. Let us go take some cocaine. You ever tried this? You ever tried that? And you know in your heart you aren't supposed to be doing it. Even adults fall into that. Foolishness. It's foolishness. Okay. Verse 13. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. That means let's go rob others. Verse 14. Cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse. My son, walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path. There is nothing new under the sun. This is another thing Solomon said. Everything that the youth today are experiencing with peer pressure, guess what? It happened way back then. Okay, that's why Solomon could say this. Verse 16. For their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird. That means if you're setting a net for an animal or a trap for an animal and they see you doing it, they're going to avoid it. They're not going to fall into it. So that means you have to be wise. You need to know when a trap is being set to avoid it. Verse 18. And they lay wait for their own blood. They look privily for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of the owners thereof. And I know some people have killed others for cents. CENTS, yeah. For very little. You took a man's life because in the moment of your selfish greed, all you thought about was self. I want this, and he or she has that, and I want it. That's what make people do bad things to others, because they're not considering the other person, they're considering themselves. Verse 20. Wisdom crieth out. Crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. And I love how Solomon takes wisdom and personifies it, makes it a woman, first of all, and calls it her, makes it sound like a person. Verse 21. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and you refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. And this is wisdom speaking here. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. And you know what? And I have heard of so many people who have fallen into evil deeds. And they would tell you at the moment that they completed the evil deed, something came back to them. Like the knowledge of, or their consciousness, like they were under some evil influence. Most likely they were. Definitely they were. Not most likely. Definitely they were. And when they did the evil deed, the evil just lifted off of them and went away. That's what Satan does to us. Overshadows us, have us thinking stupidly, acting stupidly, and once we've done the deed or said the thing, he flees away, and then you're like, oh my, what did I just say? What did I just do? That's exactly what's being said here. But if we keep wisdom to the forefront of our hearts and minds, we will avoid all of that. So verse 30. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. Exactly what we see happening in the world today. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. And that is wisdom that's speaking. Beautiful, beautiful counsel, beautiful words of, how should I say, of helping people to come to the understanding of how they should deal in life. To put God first of all. Once you know God and you keep God in your life, the wisdom is there. But sometimes, you know what? We tend to chuck it behind us, and you know what comes forward. Satan comes in and we say stupid things and we act stupidly. But if we were always to keep God in the forefront, not ourselves. Because once we start thinking of ourselves, we're going to start to become defensive for no good reason. And next thing you know, we're saying things and doing things we ought not to. Proverbs is a very good book of counseling and making you wise, straight off. If you go through this entire book of Proverbs, it's a lot about being wise. Because Solomon was the wisest man ever, wisest person, I would say. And that's it for today. That was Proverbs chapter 1, one down. Okay, So until our next reading, keep on listening. Faith comes when we hear God's word. Take care. Bye.